Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the supplements I'm taking to help heal my gastritis, help kind of manage my symptoms. If you don't know already, I've been healing my gastritis since the fall of 2023. I haven't had an endoscopy since last fall, so there is a chance that it's not there anymore. I do have symptoms very rarely now. They still flare up. That doesn't necessarily mean I do still have gastritis. I can get into a bigger explanation of that later, but all of this to say that I have come such a long way with my healing, and my symptoms are so much better than they used to be. And I just want to share some of the current supplements I've been taking that I have been really enjoying, and yeah, they keep my symptoms pretty minimal. In addition to diet changes, I eat a mostly whole foods, anti-inflammatory diet, if you will. I avoid the big obvious triggers most of the time, although occasionally I have a cup of coffee, occasionally I have a glass of wine. This weekend I indulged quite a bit because we got married and we had a bunch of celebrations with friends, so I had like pizza with tomato sauce and wine, and shockingly I was doing really well with my symptoms. I only had to take like a Gaviscon one night only because I ate really late, but overall I'm so happy with where I'm at now. Being able to eat a little bit of that kind of stuff every now and again is great for me. I don't like to eat that way all the time simply because it doesn't make me feel my best. So having like the 80-20 balance is perfect. So all of that to say, these are the supplements that I'm taking right now, and many of them I do recommend for people dealing with gastritis. The first thing I do every morning is take one probiotic capsule. This one is from California Gold Nutrition. I am not married to any one particular supplement brand. I like many supplement brands. It's really important to switch up your probiotic brand because having a variety of different strains is more beneficial for your gut. So sticking with the same one month after month isn't necessarily a good thing. I do notice a difference if I stop taking probiotics for about a week. My bloating is worse, my skin gets worse, and I do notice that women's health issues get worse for me when I'm not taking probiotics. Another go-to of mine, slippery elm. This is an extract. In the past I have taken a powder, and I do really like the powder. I still have some. These are actually capsules, but what I do is I take the capsule apart and I just open the powder and I put it into a tea. So I really enjoy these. This is from Solaray, and this extract is from Nature's Answer. I just put a couple drops of this in my tea at nighttime. And this is another extract that I sort of alternate with slippery elm. It does relatively the same thing in terms of coating the GI tract, calming inflammation, and creating kind of a barrier between the acid and your stomach lining. So this is marshmallow root extract. A lot of people have issues with slippery elm and also DGL, which are two of my favorite supplements, but they don't work for everybody. So if those don't work for you, try marshmallow root and see if that is easier for you. I have been taking different forms of zinc during dinner time, and zinc has a slew of benefits for gastritis and gut health overall. It helps rebuild the damaged mucosa in the stomach, and so I've been taking zinc picolinate. I just take one capsule with dinner. It's important to take these not on an empty stomach because they tend to make people a little bit nauseous. Zinc L-carnosine is the other type of zinc that I would recommend for people with gastritis. They are just a little bit less intense on the stomach than other forms of zinc. That's mostly it in terms of the daily supplements I'm taking. I'm not doing too many right now, and I also don't think that that's necessary. I think you should just take what you need. Obviously, why spend the money if you don't need it? I have pretty severe pre-period symptoms, so I have been taking this. It's pure cortisol calm. It has vitamin D, ashwagandha, rhodiola and L-theanine in it. So it is a wonderful, calming, sleep promoting supplement. And I take these on the days leading up to my period because I get a little crazy, and it just helps kind of relieve that anxiety and helps me sleep better and just kind of focus on that period of rest and taking care of myself, because whew, it's not fun. Okay, I think that's it. The rest of the stuff in here is my husband's. With all that being said, I don't think it's necessary to take a million supplements when you're first starting to heal. I think when you are first going for, your healing journey, when you're starting maybe your 90-day diet to get the inflammation under control, start with one supplement and see how it goes for like a month. And if you like it and if you want to add more to further enhance the healing process, go ahead and do that. So maybe try 1 to 2. You don't have to overdo it. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to feel better. They're called supplements for a reason. You use them to supplement your diet. They are not the end-all be-all make or break. So I think they're important. I don't think they are absolutely 100% necessary. If you are looking to start with something, like I said, my favorites were DGL, Slippery Elm, and L-glutamine is another good one I didn't mention. L-glutamine does a wonderful job at repairing injuries all over the body, but especially in the stomach. Watch for that. If you have anxiety, L-glutamine might not be for you. I've heard it increases anxiety in some people, so just look out for that. But as with everything, everybody is different, and you have to see what works for your body. If you're working with a doctor, ask them about the supplements that they think would be right for you. So that bike ride was a couple days ago now. I'm still pretty sore, but I'm feeling good about that. And I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about how I'm exercising now that I have healed a lot more. When I first got diagnosed with gastritis, I completely stopped exercising. At first I was going to the gym a couple times a week and lifting pretty heavy, but I decided that in order to really focus on my healing, I just needed to stop. So I canceled my gym subscription, and I really the only movement I did on a daily basis was walking, which I found to be very helpful, very therapeutic, and quite supportive of my healing. It was really frustrating, and I know if many of you are dealing with gastritis and you're used to exercising a lot, it can be very frustrating to stop. But I really do encourage taking a break, or at least shifting your type of exercise while you're really in the thick of the healing process, at least for the first 90 days. Try things like yoga, even some light Pilates, and definitely do your daily walks. I found those to be kind of like a really good way to get out of my head, stop thinking about my symptoms so much, and just like focus on the world around me. So getting out of the house and like going for walks was super, super helpful for me in my healing. I would say I waited a solid 6 months, maybe even more. I mean, even when I got to the 6-month mark of healing, I still exercised I slowly got into it. It was a gradual increase of my activity. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going in the gym and I'm hitting the same weight I was 6 months prior. No way, because I lost a lot of weight and I wasn't able to eat as much and I wasn't able to lift as much as I could before. And I just had to accept that. Now I'm kind of back at my previous strength level, and I honestly feel better because I focused in the last year or so a lot more on my cardio health, which was never really a priority for me. I always just liked lifting heavy, but I've been focusing more on just, longevity, being able to move for a long period of time, going for long runs, just because I enjoy them. Like, this is just about what makes me feel good and what makes me feel happy. So yeah, my weekly workout split lately looks like 3 days in the gym lifting weights. I do 2 leg days and 1 upper body day. And I usually do 2 Stairmasters per week, and that has been really increasing my cardiovascular health. And then I do 2 days of yoga, which is more chill, calm, but I really like to focus on my flexibility, and I'm really obsessed with learning how to do back bends lately, so I've just been really focused on that. It's just another new type of challenge for me, and I really like that. And then if I really feel up to it, once a week I'll go for a long run or a long bike ride like I did this Sunday. And that's a lot. That's a lot of exercise for some people. I work a sedentary job. I work 9 to 5 sitting at my computer. So I do like to kind of compensate with a lot of exercise throughout the week. But it took me a long time to build up to this. So when I first got back into exercising, I was not doing this type of schedule from that point. Just to give you an idea, this took time to get to, and I am finally now, this is almost 2 years after I first started dealing with gastritis, where I'm finally feeling like an athlete again. If you don't know, I used to be a competitive powerlifter. This YouTube channel was created to document my powerlifting journey. But I feel more athletic now than I ever have because I'm more well-rounded, and I can go on long bike rides like that without much preparation and just kind of do it. And I can still lift heavy weight, and I can go on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes and not be super winded. Doing that type of exercise makes me feel so good and just so happy and grateful for the ability to be athletic again. Having something like gastritis, I mean, it's not a physical injury to your body, but it is an injury in the sense that you cannot perform in the same way you might have been able to before. So I'm so much more appreciative to be able to move my body in the way that I do now. And yeah, I'm just very grateful, and I hope that this kind of gives you hope for the future if you are struggling right now with gastritis, that it's a season. It doesn't have to be like this forever. You will get through this, and there are ways to heal your body without, being on medication for the rest of your life and having to eat a plain, boring diet forever. That's not the case. That wasn't the case for me. It's not the case for a lot of people. That's my spiel for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're liking these regular long-form videos. I'm really liking YouTube more and more. I'm trying to personally stay off TikTok because it's just too much sometimes. It's just overstimulating to my brain. So YouTube is kind of becoming my preferred platform lately. So I'll be posting on here more, and let me know what type of videos you want to see. I've posted so much content on TikTok that I feel kind of repetitive with some of the things that I post on YouTube, but it's likely totally different audiences. So I just want to make sure that if you have any specific questions about gastritis, I'm here to answer that. And yeah, just let me know what you want to see. As always, if you want to work with me, I am a certified nutrition coach, and I help people heal their gastritis. I have my website linked down below if you want to learn more. Send me an email. Tell me a little bit about your story and what's happened, and I can provide some advice for you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's it for this vlog. I will see you next time. Bye.